Okay, now let's talk about Spark and Zero. Now, you feel me? I have made countless videos on, this game and everything from start to finish from, when the day it dropped until now. And you feel me? When the game was obviously first announced, the hype, you feel me, was unreal, right? Lots of people were calling it, best game, best anime game, Tenkaichi 4, all that good stuff. But, now you feel me, after seeing, recent, gameplays, trailers, and all that stuff, like, I ask myself this question nowadays, and, my time with this game and anything, and I just be like, can this game really be saved? Or you feel me, like, did this game really set the tone or set the hype and all that good stuff? Like, like I said, the hype was there, the potential was there when this game came out. You guys know how that went. But, overall in like the past couple of months or so, it's just that the game again doesn't hit the same, and you guys know this already. So it's like, I don't know, like Spark and Zero again, like I really don't even like make games like videos on this game nowadays. Like I don't want to, but the more things I see, the more I just feel like I gotta talk about the game. And, since it's centered around my channel mostly, I just gotta talk about it, you feel me? So, yeah, man, I don't know. It's like the game at first was pretty good, but overall, after seeing stuff recently, it's just, I don't know. This game just really feels bad, bro. And, that's why, again, I ask, can they really save this game, or can they make it better? Because honestly, I really have no idea, bro. All right, let's talk about the visuals and like the first impressions of the game. Because like I said, again, when this game first came out, it was jaw-dropping. Again, they dropped that trailer, with the Super Saiyan Blue Goku and everything like that. And then we got more trailers and more features and everything like that. And then the game looked pretty interesting. Like, again, this was made with like, Unreal Engine and all that good stuff. So, the visuals, the hype, the detail, all of that was there. But I feel like, again, even nowadays, again, this game just, like I said, even with these things, it didn't even really captivate people much. And especially with how the game is going now, I don't feel any type of excitement with those. Because again, like, yes, you could say that, some stuff still does cool, like some ultimates and some moves, character models here and there, they do look okay. But you feel me, snappy gameplay and, like visuals and all that ain't enough to save a game. And, I feel like Spark and Zero definitely, suffers from that, because even with the cool visuals and everything else in this game, it still suffers from a lot of things besides those things. And it's just, like I said, it's just sad to see, because this game really does look good and does look appealing here and there. But with, the damage already being done, even again with these, cool graphics and everything you see, animations and all that, I don't think it's enough. I really don't think it's enough, man. All right, now let's move on to the gameplay concerns, because the biggest like issue and problem right now, like people do feel, is that they say that Spark and Zero is Tenkaichi 3 or it's its predecessor, but when you really play this game for a good bit, it does not feel like that at all, bro. Like, I got some people be telling me that the game feels slow, or there are some things from Tenkaichi 3 that's not in the game. It, again, heavy, slow. It doesn't feel fast-paced as Tenkaichi 3. I mean, this game can get fast here and there, but like I said, with the new changes and everything like that they made with the gameplay, it just feels, like I said before, I just feel like it feels more like Raging Blast rather than Tenkaichi, how the game plays and everything like that. And like I said, with how they made the mechanics and everything like that, it just, again, doesn't really match that Tenkaichi 3 aesthetic. Now, again, you guys can disagree with that, but I just feel like the game is too slow, and there's too much, BS that goes on with the movement here and there compared to Tenkaichi 3, where you can just like have that free-flowing, high-speed combat. It's not really featured much in this game. Like, you can get it here and there, but it's not always there every time, man, and it really, really sucks. So that's something they definitely need to fix up if, they want this game to thrive. They definitely got to work on the gameplay mechanics for sure. All right, now let's talk about the raw content and the roster. Now, you feel me? This game, when it comes to the roster, I will say that they did a okay job because again, they have characters spread across from, OG Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, GT, Super, and all that good stuff. So, you could say that they did well with the roster, but like I said, there is still characters missing in this game that we had in the older games that we don't have in this game. And it's kind of crazy to see, like, for example, you guys know I always say this, like Super 17. Again, he was a major role player and a major villain in Dragon Ball GT, and yet, you feel me, he's not in this game as a playable character. Now, they probably will add him for DLC down the line or something, but it's just crazy to see that he's not in this game. And again, GT characters or villains is in the game, like again, Omega Shenron and Super Baby 2 or Super Baby, whatever you want to call him, is in this game. And again, like I said, he is a major villain too in the show, and yet he's not in there. So you guys can see my point. There is like, characters still missing that they can definitely put to spice up the roster even more. And, as for the content, now, you guys know what this game suffers from a lot too. There is nothing to do. There is nothing to, explore. Like, you hop on this game, you just play your online, and that's really much it. You do the online, and again, that's it. Like, the thing with the custom battle creator where you create your own battles, I mean, it is interesting, and I'm glad they have something like that. But let's be for real, bro. Who do you see who plays Sparking Zero who really uses this on a daily basis? I've only, no joke, used this mode like one time, only once. And, I don't really see people talk about the mode even much. Sometimes I forget it's a thing in the game because mostly I just play like, the single player and online. And like I said, with the story mode was honestly bare bones. Like, it wasn't too bad, but it wasn't anything great and anything to write home about. They definitely could have did that story mode better compared to, like, Tenkaichi 2, where we actually had like animated cutscenes that matched the show for certain fights. Like, for example, the Goku and Vegeta one, or the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta versus Omega Shenron. Like, you guys get my point. They could have definitely did the story mode better. And overall, again, more content and additional characters to the roster would be nice too. Because again, like I said, we still are missing characters from the older games, and we are definitely missing more content from the older games. So if they can put more of those into this game too, it will definitely spice it up a bit and make the game feel fun and alive again, you feel me? Now we have to talk about the online, because well, you guys know how the online is in Sparking Zero. I don't need to really say too much. You guys know, use a broken character, you win, super counter or whatever it's called, people spam that, and that's your PvP right there. Broken mechanics, broken characters over. Now, I will say that the game has definitely improved in the online wise from when the game first came out, because how people were back then with the broken characters and the nerfs and everything like that. They abused it a lot. But overall now, from what I've been seeing, it's not too bad compared to how it was before, but it definitely does need some polishing, because I've still seen in clips and matches and stuff like that, I've still seen some broken BS in matches here and there. But like I said, it's not too bad, but there is definitely still some things they gotta fix up. Like, again, netcode and connections and all that good stuff, they still need to fix up. And there is still, again, certain characters who still do things in broken matches here and there. So they can still definitely do more with the online, but it's not as bad as it was like day one when the game first came out. They definitely did make some improvements. They did make some balance changes with the additional DLCs they put in. So, they are taking a okay step in the, the right direction for the online, but they can definitely still do more for it. But, they are doing okay, but they can definitely improve the online experience for sure. All right, now we have to talk about the, future of this game. Now, me personally, I don't feel like this game is, doomed or anything like that. I can definitely feel like they can save this game. Like I said, the points that I did mention in this video, if they can, implement these into the game and make what more people want, changes and all that stuff, I can definitely see this game surviving. Because I mean, right now it's in a, you know, up and down kind of like state. Like, it is getting play time and people on the game here and there, especially with the DLCs and stuff like that. But again, there is still a lot of work to be done. So, you know, I don't feel like the game, you know, like I said, is doomed completely. Like, you know, it could be in that spot, but I'm not saying like it's totally going downhill. Like I said, they've been making good changes here and there, all that good stuff. You know, they have been balancing out things and making the game more fun and fair for everybody. So, like I said, they are taking a step in the right direction, but it's gonna take them a minute before they can get, you know, into that full directional state and actually get the game to thrive again. Because like I said, people still enjoy this game here and there, and I do myself like to see this game thrive again, like how it was day one when it first came out and everybody was hyped. I do want to see that for this game again. I'm not saying that, you know, I want this game to completely die out and people to forget about it. You know, people did pay $100 plus for this game when they bought like the Ultimate Edition and everything like that. So, you know, I want people to get their money's worth and have fun on this game. Like, again, if they can make the changes that I mentioned in this video and actually listen to the community feedback and what people have been saying to make the game improve and thrive, like I said, I don't think the game will be doomed if they do that. So again, just listen to the community, you know, take that criticism and, you know, implement these features and all these things into the game that can make it fun and fun and fair for everybody. But like I said, the game can definitely be back in that rising spot again if they again listen to the community and just make these positive changes, and you know, the game would be back. All right, and with that said, I'm gonna wrap up this video here. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you guys agree or disagree that, you know, Sparking Zero can be saved, or how can Bandai and all these people, how can they save the game? You know, drop your feelings down below. Let me know your thoughts and feelings, and you know, your ideas to save this game and make it better, or you know, take it from the grave and all that stuff. You feel me? You know, drop your thoughts down below. Let me know. Hit that like button, hit that sub button. Like I said, we are trying to go crazy on the channel and get more people to, you know, watch and all that. So if, you know, you guys enjoy the content, found it helpful, found it useful, all that good stuff, you know, drop your thoughts and feelings down below and let me know. And yeah, I'm NeoB2. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy and peace out. I'm out of here.